You look pretty young to be here, kid. Too smart to get involved in this mess. Don't worry about the roaches. They're the least of your worries right now. Welcome to Body Count, right here on The Leftover Culture Review. You know the drill, right? Aliens are taking over Earth. It's up to you to stop them. I took the liberty to get your Sega Menacer gun all prepped. Check it out. It's all there. You've got the gun itself. It packs a real punch, and it comes complete with a scope, one for each eye, and a shoulder support thingo as well. And if you don't want to go in guns all blazing, I've also got a Sega control pad ready for you as well, which it actually comes in really handy when you've got a second player. Failing that, there's also the Sega Mouse. It's compatible with Body Count, but I don't recommend going into a war zone armed with a computer mouse. You gotta feel like a dork. So you professionals already know that there haven't been too many opportunities to practice using the Sega Menacer light gun. They only ever released 3 cartridge titles that supported this incredible piece of hardware. That includes Terminator 2, which is a fine game, the Menacer 6-in-1 cartridge, which is a fine pack-in title, and Body Count. We are not even going to waste our breath talking about the Sega CD FMV shooters anymore on this channel. The immediate threat is Body Count. This game has chewed me up and spat me out countless times, and now it's up to you to see how you do during an alien invasion. First stage drops us off in the warehouse. It's going to be up to you to shoot everything on the screen. Things that move, things that don't move. Because there's a chance to collect health power-ups from vending machines, and when you see that ammo floating down from the top of the screen, shoot that too. It's going to come in handy for shooting. The aliens are going to be relentless, so whatever you do, don't let your guard down, even if they're wearing pants. The best way to survive is by clearing your screen as quickly as possible. Got it? We don't want any survivors. And just a word of warning, rookie, at the end of every level, you're going to go up against a boss. So make sure you've stashed those grenades and you have plenty of firepower to go up against the big guy. And keep your eyes peeled for the screen that happens after you beat the boss. There's going to be a little color code, which is going to come in very handy as we get close to the end. Your mission is going to take you across the city. You'll need to deal with public transport at high speed, the tragic state of our waterways, and a few other kind of generic nondescript locations, weeding out the alien scourge on the way to their base of operations. You want some background information? Yep, okay, we got it. Developed in 1994 by Probe, this game was originally released on the Sega Channel in the US.
Stop just watching TV. Welcome to Sega Channel. It's cable, but you don't watch it, you play it. Your Genesis is hooked up to about 50 games a month, like Sonic 3, Disney's Aladdin, and Joe Montana football. Get secret tips and test drive new games before they're out. Play what you want for as long as you want for one monthly fee. Sega Channel. Stop just watching TV.
Thankfully, here in Europe and Australia, we got a cartridge release as well. But this thing is a pain in the ass to track down, but thank God we managed. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here to experience the onslaught of this alien invasion with us now. Stage after stage, this game is a hard slog, so don't feel too bad if you lose a couple of lives along the way. What's that? This shtick is getting old. Right, you don't want me to do the whole review like this? Uh-huh. Yeah, cool, alright. Fine, let's review the game. So dudes, you got a taste of Body Count, one of the 3 cartridge releases that ever supported the Sega Menacer light gun, which is a bit of a shame because I think it's a really cool looking piece of hardware. And when the light gun was released, it came out with the Menacer 6-in-1 cartridge, which really focused on family-friendly, non-violent shooting games. So for the most part, this is what people experience the Menacer with. But Body Count brings that hardcore arcade action with blood and guts and bits flying everywhere that you really want to experience when you've got something like the Sega Menacer. So I said it before, but this game also supports the Sega mouse. And I know I called it dorky, but as far as accessories go, I could see it being a little bit more reliable and accurate, and definitely much more widely supported than the Sega Menacer ever was, which is a little bit of a shame because I've got a real soft spot for light guns. The Zapper for the Sega Master System is a fantastic little pistol. This thing feels like a bazooka in comparison, and of course we got the Virtua gun for the Sega Saturn, which is my all-time favorite light gun, just because it feels so awesome to hold. So it looks like Body Count was released exclusively for cartridge in Europe, maybe Australia, but I ended up getting my copy through like Portugal or Brazil or something. But over in the States, you dudes had it available on the Sega Channel, which was a fantastic service that let you download games and demos and latest news and updates. And I don't really know, I never had Sega Channel, but it looks like the version that did come out on the Sega Channel had a little bit more going for it, like cutscenes with actual text in it. So on the cartridge release, the cutscenes are all in like this garbled text, so I never really picked up on the story. As far as I know, aliens are invading and it's up to us to stop them. And that's really all the story you need for a shooting game like this anyway. What this game does do is push the Sega Menacer to the limits. It's a fantastic looking game. I love the parallax scrolling, and there are some fantastic designs in this game for you to shoot at. So Body Count really is a fantastic arcade shooter for the Sega Mega Drive. It delivers exactly what you expect, and it also supports 2 players. If one person is using the Menacer, the other one is using a control pad, or you can both use control pads or both use mice. The options are there to take out all those aliens with a buddy by your side. And I just love the way this game looks and feels. The designs are fantastic. It's got the parallax scrolling, and there are so many cool things to shoot at. And if you are looking for some more hardcore arcade action for your Sega Mega Drive, it might also be worth checking out Bloodshot. That really pushed the Sega hardware by giving us a 3D shooter similar to Wolfenstein that supports 2 players right here on the Mega Drive. The frame rates aren't fantastic, but technically it's super advanced and it's a really interesting game to check out. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this review on Body Count. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to have you guys back for some more leftover culture. Cheers, guys.